We are live on YouTube. I am Rich Lieberman with the Rich Lieberman Media Pulse for a Wednesday. We're getting close to the end of October 2024. Boy, oh boy, how time flies. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome aboard. If you're a regular viewer, also welcome aboard. And whenever you're watching, if not live, I welcome you to my show. I want to talk today about Rajs Mathai. And I have reported many a times that NBC has rolled out the red carpet for Rajs Mathai. They see him as an emerging media presence. Uh, he's been in the Bay Area now for, 20 years doing sports, now news for the last umpteen years for NBC in San Jose. And they've made him formal and informal offers about going to New York and becoming probably a fill-in, maybe doing some documentary work, perhaps anchoring for their various platforms. They themselves, rumor has it, are going to do what CBS has already done, and that is begin implementing a platform, a streaming news platform. They haven't done it yet. CBS, of course, headquartered right here in San Francisco, the 24/7 CBS News. And there's been many anchors, some locally, some nationally, who have begun coming to San Francisco, semi-auditioning to become property of CBS News and their 24/7 news platform. And that has already begun. NBC is doing it with their various channels. They haven't done a streaming yet because they've got MSNBC, they have CNBC, of course, the mothership, NBC News, NBC Digital, and so forth. All right, but back to Raj. They view, and I'm talking about the Comcast NBC News execs, Raj Mathai. He's got many things go. Good looking guy, probably nearing 50, has been to various Olympics, done a lot of their key platform work. He loves the Bay Area. He's got a family here. He's got kids, the wife, the whole nine yards. Been reluctant to leave the Bay Area to go to New York. He still is very ambitious, has a lot on his mind. And I can see it now where Raj could tell them, if he hasn't already, them being NBC News execs, look, I want to come to 30 Rock. I would love to become a part of the exciting and innovative news platform, if not outright news. Lester Holt probably going to be retiring not that long on his advent as being an NBC News exec and an NBC News anchor, I should say, not an exec. Raj Mathai has the pedigree. I used to think of him as a little bit too inexperienced, but he's now anchored. He's done special projects. He's kind of all over the place, an ambassador, reporter, of course, anchor. And I see now there are indications and sources telling me that Raj can perhaps, when his kids are getting older, when he's been, to a point where he can maybe get his wife, who's also been reluctant to move the family back east to suburban Jersey, Secaucus, and become a part of the East Coast culture. Raj is ambitious. He's outlived the Bay Area. He wants to become more of a dominant personality in the number one media market in the country. So whether that means, again, any number of platforms that he can be talking to NBC about, I don't know the specifics, but I do hear this emerging any day now announcement that NBC is going to a virtual kind of a streaming, and it would be all news. We all know, if we don't already, I'm going to tell you right now, news, the way it's set up today, folks, with all what's taking place in the Middle East, Europe, of course, this country, every news consumer has an appetite for more news. What does that mean? Well, let me just tell you this. News now is so profitable. It's relatively cheap, inexpensive to produce. You have cameras and you have bureaus, virtual bureaus, which is more cost conscious these days with all these layoffs pretending, but enough of that. News is relatively cheap to produce. And you can have cameras everywhere. And you could do basically what CNN began years ago, and that is a news presence virtually all over the world. You need talent. You need reporters. You don't need actual reporters on the scene. You could get that off of satellite. You could take reports, say, from the BBC, but you need dominant personalities to highlight your streaming. What does NBC have to offer? Well, they can go anywhere across their platforms. They've got a lot of folks. Raj Mathai could be that key news presence. He can become the head, and again, I have no direct knowledge of this taking place, but I do have sources that tell me these are the kind of discussions that the NBC folks have with emerging anchors, emerging stars, those who have a presence, like, for example, here in the eighth media market, television-wise, and that would be somebody like a Raj Mathai. So, I think Raj is very happy. He's at a dominant station on a dominant network, but he's ambitious. He wants something bigger. He believes, and I agree. And I think many of you would also agree. Maybe some of you do not. He has that kind of look, youngish. He's got personality. He can interview. He has presence. That's the name of the game. You have to have presence. You have to have an identity. You have to show that you can interview and be a sort of icon, if you will, not literally, but figuratively speaking. And I think Raj would like to stay here for the immediate future, but as he gets older, as the kids get older, as his wife perhaps becomes more innovative herself, working in the tech business, I can see Raj going back east, going to either Secaucus, going to 30 Rock, having some sort of presence in Manhattan as an anchor, a lead anchor at a streaming NBC News. Be a step up for them, certainly a step up for Raj Mathai, who has New York on his radar. So thank you for watching. I will be back later today. Please subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Tell your friends, your enemies, your priest, your rabbi, your lawyer, your plumber, anybody who cares about Bay Area, national, even international media to watch Rich Lieberman. And if you can, make a donation, make a contribution to my site via my PayPal so that I can continue to give you the news, the information, the non-BS spin that you will not get anywhere else other than right here on the Rich Lieberman Media Pulse. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching.